Living like we in a, living like we in a, living like we in a race. I might come in first and second, but I won't ever be last. Lately I've been in my bag, but told me don't take my foot off the gas. They give you an inch, gonna take you a mile. I'ma shoot by myself like a 10 for 5. City to city, got city, got city, got city.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So I already did my eyebrows off camera and they were a little janky today, but when I concealed the top of them, they came together, but they was looking a little crazy. But I just did my regular combination of the two Juvia's Place concealers, shade number 12 and 16. The first thing I'm going to do is go into the Zulu palette. So I just took the purple from out of there first. And today's look, I kind of sort of stepped out of my comfort zone, y'all. I did something more fun, something more bold. I did a rainbow cut crease look with a little pop of glitter. So right now, I'm just taking the Morphe M456 brush, I believe. Like I said, I'm just patting that purple shade on the outer top of my crease. Like I put it over my crease. I'm not tapping it directly in my crease. Next, I'm taking the orange shade out of my Morphe Fierce by Nature palette, and I'm just repeating the same step like I did with the pink, like I did with the purple and the pink. And I'm just tapping that orange onto the edges of the pink and blending them together like so. I'm still using a Morphe M456 brush as well for this process. Now taking a yellow shade, I'm using more of a flat brush for this one. I feel like I probably should have used the same brush because for some reason, y'all, this yellow would not stay. It was so patchy and it left a hole like right in the center of it, like a little spot open right in the center of it. Like the edges was perfectly fine, but it kept leaving like this weird hole in the middle of it. Next, I'm just taking a clean Morphe M506 brush and I'm just using that to just blend my edges together just a little bit more. But I wanted to be more precise with it, and I love this brush just for that because it's so small and it's perfect. Well, it's not too small. It's like the perfect size. So I did dip into the NYX palette and I just took the pink out of there just because I like the pink that's in this palette and I wanted my pink to pop out a little bit more. Next, I'm just taking the Fenty blotting powder and I'm using that to smooth out the edges of the eyeshadows just so they're more seamless and, you know, not harsh or anything like that. I love this powder for this step, and I love it for putting another eyeshadow on top so it has a smoother base. Thing I did was dip into the Saharan palette. I just took Chad, the black eyeshadow, out of there. I love this black eyeshadow. It's amazing. Like, it's the blackest eyeshadow I could have ever asked for. But I'm just taking that and I'm just putting it under all the colors. I kind of created almost like a line in a way, but it's crazy because like it kind of went away when I went to cut my crease. It only stayed under the purple, which was fine because I like how it made the purple pop out more in the end anyway. I did was just take a makeup wipe and I went in and wiped off just any excess eyeshadow, and I kind of created the shape that I wanted my crease to be. I find this so much easier. I'm mad I never did this before or thought to do this before. Next thing I'm doing now, guys, I've just started creating my crease, and like I said, I'm just following that shape, but I went just a little bit over because what I do, I like to pop some concealer on my lid first. I like to look up and roll my eyes back, and it'll leave a mark where your concealer stops at. So I just kind of match it up with that, and as you can see, on one side it was kind of higher, on one side it was like perfect. Like this side right here was perfect. It hit the line exactly where I had wiped it with the wipe. Next thing I did was just dip back into the Juvia's Place Zulu palette and use that purple to smoke out the ends just a little bit using the Morphe M456 brush. I'm sorry, y'all. I love this brush, especially for looks like this. I love this brush for packing on colors as well. So like I said, I just smoked out the edges a little bit. I kind of drug it in as well, as you'll see me doing. I drug it in just a little bit just to create like this ombre effect for when I added my blue. Next thing I did was take Chad from the Saharan palette. It's that black shade that I used in the beginning. And what I'm doing is just smoking out that purple a little bit more, just to give it a little bit more definition and like create a little shadow. Next, I'm dipping into the Masquerade Mini Palette by Juvia's Place, and I'm using a flat brush by Morphe and just tapping on the color Zula, I believe it was. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's what it was. I'm just patting that all over my lid where any space is left, and I'm making sure that I do smoke it into the ends of the purple as well. So my camera did cut off, y'all. All I did was go in and apply some white liner to my crease, and I popped on some black eyeliner. I used a Sephora kind, and the white liner I used was by Ruby Kisses. It's from the beauty supply store, and right now, as you can see, I'm just popping on some lashes by Ardent Extensions. You can check them out on Facebook if you would like to. Next thing I'm doing is applying primer, and for primer today I'm using what I always use for when I do full faces like this. I'm using the Calamine lotion, the Walgreens brand. And next I'm just carving out the top of my brows because they were looking a little bit crazy. I was gonna do this anyway, but they was looking crazy before I did this, y'all. They just look more neater this way. More. I'm tired. I know y'all tired of hearing me say precise. I just love that word, y'all, because that's literally what it looked like. It just makes everything just look so precise. The thing I did was clean up my eyeliner a little bit, just sharpened it up, just to make it more cleaner, make it look more nice. I'm not gonna say the other P word, y'all, but yeah, when I don't do wings, even when I do wings, I do the same thing. I'm just applying my foundation. I tried the new Fenty foundation in the shade 385. I was trying it before, but I just tried the new shade. And I mixed it with a little bit of my 410, just a little bit, just a drop of my 410 by Fenty. And that's what I'm using. So y'all see this step all the time in my videos. So what I'm doing right now is just taking my Real Technique sculpting brush, and I'm just using this to pat in my foundation like y'all always see me do. And then after that, I like to go over it with a sponge. I'm not going to show that in the video just because I do it all the time.
Kid roll-ups.
Next, I'm taking my two Juvia's Place concealers in shade 12 and 16 like I always do. And I'm just first taking the lighter shade, and I'm using this to highlight directly under my eyes. I love doing this just because I like my eyes to be bright underneath. I love a good highlighted and sculpted look. And I'm just applying this on my chin, over my lips, on the bridge of my nose, my forehead, all them same spots like that. Then I'm taking the darker one and I'm applying that right under it, so when I blend out my contour, it's more seamless. I say this all the time. So I always blend out my concealer after I blend out my contour. And for contour today, I'm using the Juvia's Place concealer. I'm not sure the shade number though. But I always blend out my contour first just because I like to let my concealer sit for a little while, because you can get more coverage that way because you're letting your concealer set longer. And I also like to do it just because if I use too much contour, I can clean it up when I go to blend out the concealer. I'm just taking this little disposable sponge. I like using these. I think I see who uses these. Beauty by Melissa, I believe. And I think I see Yap use them sometimes. And I just like it because it's more smoother. I don't have to get up and keep wetting my beauty blender or Real Technique sponge or nothing like that. I just like it. And I like the sharp edges of it too, especially for getting right under my eyes and on the side of my eyeshadow. taking my Laura Mercier translucent setting powder, and I'm just placing this anywhere where I put concealer. So under my eyes, the bridge of my nose, my chin, over my lips, around my mouth, everywhere I put concealer, y'all. So I'm going to go in and set my contour using my Black Radiance bronzer, and I'm using the shade medium to deep, and I'm just using this to chisel out my jawline, my cheekbone, and my forehead just a little bit. And I also did go down the bridge of my nose. Did go in and add some white liner to my waterline. Next, I'm just taking the purple purple eyeshadow that we used in the beginning. I was using the smudge brush to apply that first, and then I'm going to go in with the black as well, just to deepen it up a little bit more. Next, I'm just going over my powder with my foundation brush, just using that to press in my powder, take away any excess powder, and make sure everything is set. The thing I did was apply my blush by BH Cosmetics, the same blush that I always use, and then once again my camera shut off. But this was the complete look. All I did was go in and set my face, add my beauty mark back, and add a little bit of highlight. And that was about it. Thank you guys for watching this. I hope you guys enjoyed this look. If you guys have any more looks you would like to see or any more requests, feel free to leave a comment down below or DM me on any of my social media. I'll leave all of those linked down below so you can check them out. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.